Welcome, GMAN Division 5B, to your final recap. I am, of course, Gunnerside, joined by my usual co-caster, Lazar, but also I am joined by Wraithguard and King Can.
Hello.
Hey,
Aren't we a merry gang? Let's take a look at last week's games. Not the chores, man. I've been watching too many playoff and challengers games. There's so many chores. But the Cookbot Cannibals, they managed to tie against the Gascon Gangers.
they did.
How? How? How did it happen?
Trees, man, letting attack on first drive. And yeah, the trees just tore through me. He obviously had deep root.
Do you have two deaths?
Yeah, those trees were on fire. Nearly every hit was some sort of injury or stun or KO. It was quite messy.
So every day you see halflings do 40 blocks, 6 of which are KOs, 3 injuries, and 2 deaths.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally, his dice were on fire. It was really hard to play into.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And the meme goes on. My storm vermin, he got taken out early on and had no impact on the game at all. Petrol
the tree killing specialist got removed.
Yeah, he did absolutely nothing. He's the 150k of waste of time.
It kind of sucks because you don't have no tackle against halflings. It's kind of just awful.
Yeah, it was pretty tough.
You can't even keep up. Oh.
Unlucky. Such is life. Halflings do tend to do that sometimes.
Well, they just had a lot of inducements. It was like if you had to pick a team, like no tackle, there's like maybe one wrestle, but all your horns and stuff sort of is wasted against strength 2 stunty. So
Yeah,
it wasn't the right rat team to take.
Yeah, I wasn't really building for the stunties at the end of the season.
Yeah,
Mostly it was trying to put a good foundation together for next season.
Yeah.
And then I'll worry about tackle and stuff depending on what games I pick up early in that season.
That's all good. I don't think your linemen dying are that much of a problem because that means you're down to 14 players now, which is a bad
Yeah,
number.
it's good. It's nice TV trim ready for next season.
Right. The next game is the Bridge Burners winning against the Exodal Braves. That was a admin win. Okay.
Ooh,
Was it? Oh.
yeah, it was.
Apparently so. Blood and Tears tie against Fruit of the Tomb.
This was an admin draw.
It was an admin draw. All right.
That is I know because Bungie Man is re-rolling into halflings again.
He is.
Well,
So maybe he just called it there.
Right.
What
but
about
happened to
Fanfox
Blood
though?
and Tears?
Because he's not getting SPP that last game.
That's true.
That feels quite bad.
Seems naughty.
Maybe Fanfox is re-rolling as well, which would be a bit of a shame.
No,
he's
not
got
the
very nice
vampires.
vamps.
I like his vamp team.
Alright, well, let's try the Tungsten Titans. That doesn't look like an admin anything. They won 2-1 against poor old Look Lazy, Darkest
But
Delves.
been down a crap season.
Yeah.
Oh.
And another injury-rich game. The Dark Elves managing all of 19 blocks with the Dwarves basically doing 40 with 4 KOs, 3 injuries. That'll do it.
Yep.
Made a pass as
Barrack.
well. Maybe that's Boomer, whatever thingy.
No, it was completion for the runner. I think it was a vanity pass to level.
Fair enough.
The block kickoff return.
Sorry, he
Desperately needs some sort of exciting roll there, otherwise it's just bad.
Wait, how's he able to afford both Boomer Esiason and Barrack Farblast?
He has a wizard. He has an altar. So Boomer's like 10k,
right, wow.
Barrack's like 30.
No,
Okay.
they're both 10k.
They both 10. Oh, never mind.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean Barrack
Yeah.
Farblast is like a secret weapon as well, so you only have him for a half.
Yeah, well they're both weapons. It's just fouling pieces. Like you got a foul piece in Barrack, and then you've got like basically a long beard that can throw a bomb for the banter every now and then.
Yeah, for the bands. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, you're not going to be using him to bring down your Dark Elves when you got like 6 tackle pieces just sat there.
It's a good
Moving
way to
around.
foul them.
It is a good way to foul.
I mean, bombs affect people on the ground, so it's always fun to do that. Either who, one thick coat, lose against the tunnel sneaks. Tell us all about it.
Yeah. What happened in this game? Oh, it was more. It was more chores. God, I don't know what happened in this game. It was ages ago now. I'm more thinking about that last game, but God. This is where I bought a wizard for the last game. From memory, he rolled pretty badly. Like, oh yeah, I have almost as many blocks as him, and I'm playing tunnels and I'm playing Skaven. I got. Didn't have arm breaks. Oh yeah, I got 3 casualties on him.
I think you movement busted a blocker, didn't you? Wraithguard
I
Chorfbane.
did. Sure, yeah, okay. Sure. But, I got a few level ups. Not from that. Actually, I got 3 level ups from there. But, all of it, I can't remember much about it. It went alright.
Right.
How the hell does your guard blitzer get 2 casualties on armor 9 thick skull?
He did.
Whereas the claw horns blitzer on the other Skaven team can't do anything for like 7
I'm
weeks straight.
fairly sure it was 2 turns in a row as well. We
There's
did it.
no justice. No justice, man.
He wasn't
That makes
hobos,
correct.
he was blockers.
Yeah, I was pretty sure.
No, it's
Mine
both
might have been
blockers.
hobos.
It was. I think it was. Oh no, one was definitely a blocker.
Maybe?
He injured that blocker. That's something I remember.
A very
I'm
good, just
fairly sure.
mincing
Remy-
poor old dirty player, probably.
Yee. Alright, well then we have the 2+ Supreme Leaders actually winning against poor old Major Bites. 17 weeks of suffering. He kept the strength 2, are you kidding me?
Wait, what? Well, it is 17 weeks of suffering.
Why did he keep the strength?
uh,
Oh right, he's got. He's got Dauntless. Oh, okay.
Oh, that's why, okay.
That's pretty great. I mean, it's not. It's terrible, but
It's
such a
great in the
bloated
worst way.
piece.
Equal amount of blocks for both teams, right? The High Elves got 5 KOs, 4 injuries.
That's a lot
and
of blocks from
The
both
North
teams.
got 1 injury. I think I know what went wrong here.
Oh,
Just a
jeez.
hunch.
Just a hunch. Yeah, I mean, something the fouling didn't. Any expulsions? There's a 1 expulsion.
Right.
Maybe the fouling game didn't turn up either, so.
Looks like
Well,
his
that makes
team
sense.
basically didn't turn up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's less than great, isn't it? Uh-huh.
Bit of an anticlimax after getting so close to challenges just to flop
Yeah.
against.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, Hiles.
The Orcs on tour lose against Pork Squad though. The Orc off ends with the division leader taking the win. Looks like a fairly even game, really. Like basically equal blocks and almost as equal in terms of removals.
Exactly. So we can conclude that Steve is categorically the better Blood Bowl coach. That's definitely how that works.
Orcs on tour do with a troll. It's already. I'm not a big fan of a troll.
Oh,
This whole team, like, Pork Squad is just a really solid team. His Black Orcs have all got, like, one of them's got diving tackle for God's sakes, which
It's a
is
choice.
really quite
It's
nasty.
interesting.
I like it. I like it as a choice.
Yeah.
It's got so it's just a solid team. Like, I don't think it can beat that Chaos team in the playoffs, but
I doubt it.
spoilers.
What?
it's just a.
Yeah.
What spoilers?
I thought we were not going to do the playoff stuff in a bit.
Oh right.
So ruin the surprise. Yeah, I don't know. I always feel like you might as well put diving tackle on your like movement 6 piece as basically a movement 4 piece. Just find like putting a black hook on the floor is never a good outcome. Like that. No. I'm not an orc coach.
Hold on. How the hell? Wait. His Black Orc with diving tackle scored.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh,
like one of
yeah.
his Black Orc blockers was one of the TD.
Nice.
Yeah.
Big
Fair enough.
plays.
Needs to get that guard going. Needs to get stuff that level. That level.
I mean, there was a wizard,
Yeah.
but either who, we can't tell what happened exactly from these numbers, so I think we should just move on to development.
Yep.
Let me open rebel.net because I haven't, because I'm poorly prepared for these things as usual. 5B, here we go. Well, I say here we go, but I'm going into the link now. First off, we have Cookbot Cannibals. Let's see what they ended up with. One level on the tree, actually. The break tackle one. He gets grab as well. I mean, sure. I think Ernadar is re-rolling. He said something about that. But I don't fully remember.
Yeah, in our match, he said he was definitely looking at re-rolling.
Yeah.
Said he has enjoyed playing the halflings as like a break, but halflings are a team that it's only fun to take them at the low TV. I think if you hold on to them for too long, they kind of lose a lot of their charm when they start coming up against teams that have got a lot of tackle, and nobody wants to lose every halfling every game.
Right.
That's true.
Well, then we might as well go over to the Gaston Gangers. What kind of development did you end up with?
I don't think I got anything.
Yeah, you got something, alright.
Yeah, piling on Nitro Nicky.
No tackle?
No, still, because Petrol Pierce has been so ineffective at removing stuff. I was like, I'll build a backup. But in all honesty, I got the piling on because it makes him a bigger target, and I like to build the blitzers scary, so that they tend to suck a lot of focus, especially away from more experienced coaches. They'll tend to focus them down, try to foul them and stuff. And it tends to give the gut runners a bit of a free rein if they're too scared of that piece. But I'll probably save the tackle for the next lineman, because I'm not going to focus on it too heavily.
Yeah, sure, fair enough. It's a dangerous game you're playing, but then again, you're playing Skaven, so.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, because if I took tackle and stuff, I'm running the risk of going into next season, and it just being orcs and chaos and Nurgle, and then that's a lot of levels potentially.
Yeah.
It's wasted.
Alright, well, you got another level, but it was on a dead lino. So,
Yeah.
go you.
That one was going to have tackle.
Right. The Bridge Burners got a level as well on a lino. Wonder what they ended up with. It was on Mallet. He gets guard. Jesus, this Kislev team has so many doubles. Has 3 guard linos.
4 guard pieces on the team.
Yeah. I mean, the linos are the best players on this team, aren't they?
They're going to be disgusting the next season. Being able to leap those guard pieces in wherever he wants them, going to be scary.
This is a great team. Like, what? That Blitzer Whiskey Jack is ridiculous.
In what way? He is movement busted.
I mean, there's no. Is he? Whiskey
is.
Jack?
Yep.
What am I looking at? Am I looking at the wrong page? Cause...
It's not showing on .net. I'm pretty sure he is. Yeah, I remember seeing somewhere that he did get me busted.
Oh, yeah, he's at 6 movement instead of the 7.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, wow, that's weird. It's not showing up for me at all.
Yeah, it hasn't shown up.
Even with the movement bust, there's still a lot of value in that piece.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I'd say it's been a very successful season for Mr. Shady. Like, got the one wrestle strip, just kind of what you need, and then so much guard.
Yeah.
Jesus, so many doubles. Just
most
makes
of
like
his
every like you
positionals.
don't even need like 2 super good sackers when you can just leap in 2 guard and get 2 dice on every single ball carrier in the game.
I mean, leap
Like-
into guard, that's like a 3+3+. That's less than great, isn't it? Like a single 3+ is sketchy enough.
No, it's not super sketchy with team reroll. Well, if you burn the reroll on the first one, you can just like dodge the thing. It's still good. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, playing him was difficult. There's so much movement on the Kislev team. It's just crazy. I mean, how I pulled the 4-1 out of that one was
Yeah.
Playing this team was difficult, also I won 4-1.
Just a little humble brag. Yeah, don't know how I came away with that one with this with thrashing.
It was all a blur. Either way, Blood to Tears and Fruit of the Tomb don't have any levels. Let's see if Tungsten Titans do better. They do. There we go. The Tungsten Titans, they get a level on one of their runners. That's Garnet Gary. The block kick off return gets kick as well, which is... what do we think of that, actually? I mean... I guess you're gonna
I mean,
be...
what are you taking instead? On,
tackle.
Yeah, maybe. I think dwarves do like a good kick piece though.
Yeah.
It gets you those shallow kicks to fight for. Gives you more of a chance against like moving 18, like moving 17. I think it just sucks because like you really kind of want your runners to get doubles, nice doubles and stats to make them like god tier. I don't hate it. I feel like tackle. You've already got the one tackle Joel Slayer. I would have put tackle on a blitzer instead of the runner. He's going to put tackle on Emerald Eric anyway.
Yeah, he will.
I don't know, maybe fend instead of kick.
I think kick is better than fend though. Maybe
Yeah,
not on dwarves.
I can't think of anything else on a normal.
No, it's hard.
So it just sucks. Just 3 normals in a row.
And then the final level is Topaz Tom, and now he has all long beards with guard.
That's disgusting.
Goody.
It is disgusting.
Man, dwarves.
The only reason I beat the Tungsten Titans was because I picked leap over tackle on my gutter runner. He'd caged up with the Troll Slayers who don't have guard, and I managed to leap in, scatter a ball out to an unmarked Storm Vermin. But I mean, trying to play into all of that guard is like for I'd say 80% of the game. There's nothing you can do once they're all blocked up.
Yeah. I mean,
you just gotta sit back and hope that you see an opening or something goes wrong for them. Because once they've got that ball and they start rolling down, it's a nightmare.
I have no idea how I drew them. I just realised, like, I'm looking at the match back then. This team is horrific.
They finished 7-1-5 with a touchdown differential of 2. So for all the development, maybe not quite the results, but I guess that's definitely a team. Like they're gonna run. If they end up in Div 4, they're just gonna run a Division 4 next season. Like
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
1700 TV dwarves. All the like claw teams are only probably 1 season in or really beaten up. So
he's not even 1700 because he has 210k in the bank. He's actually like 1650.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's got the altar as well. So
Yes,
it'll be like 14 dwarves on the pitch.
that'll be a great team.
I mean,
definitely
people
want
say
to watch.
Chorfs are a menace, but this is... Either who, let's move on to the Darkest Delves, because he got some level. Good old Look Lazy. First off, the Post Lady, the Witch Elf, gets sidestep. That is... yeah, I can see that.
Pretty
That's
standard.
Standard, yeah. Dusk, the Blodge Tackle Blitzer, gets movement. That's the second movement up Blitzer he has.
Yep.
Looking more and more like a high elf team at this point.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it basically is a high elf team without catch on the 2 movement 8.
It's a high elf team with no passing game.
Right. When you put it like that, it's less great.
When you put it like that, you wonder why people bother to play Dark Elves.
I like Dark Elves. They get those 4 blitzers, which is always good.
Yeah.
And there's nothing stopping them picking up a runner and trying to develop a pocket thrower.
And they have Assassins, the best player in the game.
Oh, of course. How could we forget?
Oh, do you reckon I should re-roll into Dark Elves and run like 2 Assassins, 2 Witch Elves from the start?
No,
Yeah.
We've been over this. High elves, okay? High
Oh god, no. Maybe, yeah.
What else?
Every day I think I'm gonna reroll to a different team. I might just like spin a wheel.
Yeah, I mean, Major Bite made one of those, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, wasn't it all Nurgle?
No, that
Feel like
someone
that.
changed it to all Nurgle.
Spin a wheel.
If I rerolled, I'd be playing Bretonia, but
Oh god,
I love Bretonia.
some masochism right there.
They're the best. What's wrong
If
with
you
them?
say so. Well, the constant shouting is the big deal, honestly.
Oh,
Uh,
that's what makes it so good.
uh, to each their own. Other than that, he had a Blodge Lino armor busted. I'm pretty sure you sack it, but at this point, I'm not even sure. I mean,
I
he is
don't know either.
Blodge. I think it's dependent on what division he ends up in next season. Probably a Div
It'll be
4
Div
-ish
4.
something.
It should be Div 4.
I'm not I'm not sure I'd continue the team with the development that it's got.
I mean, the
Yeah, me
development
too.
is fine. I mean, one season.
You sure?
Yeah, I mean,
You
one
have no
season.
wrestle.
One season.
Yeah.
One season, and he has 2 level 4 blitzers and 2 witch elves who are sort of getting there, right? He has a
I mean-
block guard Lino. He's gonna be in a low division. He's fine. He's
If
fine.
if I was gonna continue with a Dark Elf team, I'd want to see like my prerequisites would be double somewhere to get me Mighty Blow on either one of the Blitzers or one of the Witch Elves.
I
You
mean,
know?
Dark Elves are the ultimate non-double team. Like, they can do totally fine without doubles. I mean, last season's champion, right, was a one-seasonal Dark Elf team who just won by spamming Blodge. And that was literally it.
No, I don't know. So with the 2 armor busted Linos,
Well,
I mean-
you sack the kicker, and you probably sack the Blodge Lino, if nothing else, to avoid the MVP going on him. Because
Yeah.
next season,
I might be
develop.
just too picky. I only really carry on a team if I see like a spark or something fun in there. And
Yeah,
just
I
going
agree.
faster doesn't seem that much fun.
you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised.
I mean, the problem was he had like 2 niggled linemen in like week 3, and he just kept them all season. He had them for like 4 weeks. So and then he's obviously had to fire both of them since then. So it's just like 2 SPP sinks. Now he's down, getting loner MVPs. It's just sort of a bit of a tough one to come out of. Like, let's say, yeah, I'd probably take it to the OI, and then if I can get Darkness 2nd level, maybe get like try and fill out the team a little bit more, get my 4th blitzer, I might carry on.
I mean, he
but-
can get his 3rd blitzer, no, his 4th blitzer right now. He has 140k in the bank, right?
Yeah.
He can get a 4th
It's just-
blitzer, and then almost another Lino.
It's just like when you have like half a team left, you kind of want that half a team to be like.
But how is this
Something
half
special,
a team,
like-
though? How is it half
Yeah,
a
well,
team?
I'm looking at the match report. He had like 4 loners rusted.
Alright,
it's,
so
like,
let's
not
say
ideal.
he removes...
One of them, and also you got Blodge. I assume you're firing the armor busted Blodger.
Right.
So that takes you down to like with the blitz to go to like seven players. I don't know.
You have 4
Yeah,
loners.
you'd have to really love Dark Elves to carry that team on. I think.
I don't think you do, but then again, what do I know, right? Either who, we've spent a bunch of time talking about these Dark Elves. Shall we move onwards to One-Tick Coats and the Tunnel Sneaks? One-Tick Coat doesn't get any level, but he did have his Mighty Blow Guard blocker movement busted. I mean, on the one hand, it always sucks losing a blocker, but then again, he can sort of recycle him now because he has no claw, and you sort of need
Yeah.
claw.
And they have been recycled, so.
Right. The Tunnel Sneaks,
Will
though.
carry them.
Anything interesting?
Can you even view my team in its state after my 13th match? Because it was good then. After match.
Oh yeah, I
after
don't know.
13.
So from that game, Ratme got to Mighty Blow finally, like
Yeah.
level 2 late. What else happened?
Tunnel Dweller got
Your
blocked.
Roger leveled, and
Yep.
the accurate first thrower leveled.
He got
and
blocked,
to block.
and Roger got jug. So
This is such a crazy team.
It was.
Like, this is such a. It is.
Alright,
you're
fine.
brave,
Two
you're
throwers and a rat ogre.
you're braver than I am.
You got leader and 3 rerolls rostered already. Like, and you went guard first.
It's working.
It is working, but I don't know how. I don't know how. Maybe it's the surprise factor. Everyone's expecting the classic like 2-4.
They're underestimating the
but-
Rat Ogre, I'm telling you.
Rogue did a work last game. Every
Yeah,
other game he's just
no.
wild animaled every turn, but
Rat Ogre can be awesome. Like especially if you get a mutation on him, you can stick tentacles on him and just run him into a
Tentacles, you
group
take
of
Claw
squishies.
every day, right?
No, you take
No,
10
tentacles.
prehensile tail.
Yeah.
you take the very long legs, actually.
But no, if you
The Challengers Cup coach has spoken. Holy shit!
Yeah.
yeah, if you can sink him into a load of squishies with some tentacles and keep them pinned there, if he can hold down 4 people,
Yeah.
he's doing a great job. You know, he's doing a great job.
Worst
I would have
guy in the
maybe
game.
instead of the Juggernaut, I might have taken Stan Farm.
Nah, you need Juggernaut because
Juggernaut helped last game.
Juggernaut because you
I
need
like
to
to
do
see
this
if I
one.
run a
I
rogue,
think-
I like to push. I like to surf with him,
Yeah.
I don't know.
and that, I mean it does.
And
Strength
that's why you
5's
take
not all
Juggernaut.
of that. Yeah.
I think the jug should really be on like your sacking like your killer vermin to get through the. Get
If
through
you
the
have
rest
a
of it. I feel
Rat
like on the Rogue it's sort of like.
No, if you have a Rat Ogre, you take Jugs first level. Because you need to blitz with the Rat Ogre to move him. And that's really risky.
Yeah, but most of the
without
time,
block or
most of the
Jugs.
games where he's useful, you don't want to be moving him. Like most of the games where he's useful, it's against agi teams where you just
Obviously,
keep him
you
like a
haven't seen
tree.
Wraithguard's Challengers Cup game.
That's true.
Safety
I
rat
haven't-
over.
was. Safety rat. What? Was that when your whole entire team was dead and you were just running people
No,
away?
it was slightly before that actually. I was really confused. Because your
Was
entire
it just
team...
you in the booth? Who
No.
Who was casting it with you?
I was alone because
Oh.
Wraithguard didn't mention
bit
he
late.
had a game before like 2 hours ahead of time, and then I asked people if they wanted to like cast it, and everyone was like no. So I went, all right, I'll cast it. Does anyone want to co-cast? And then I got no answer, so I was solo there.
What day was it?
It was
I don't know. I
yesterday
might have been
evening.
around. Oh yeah, no, I was not around yesterday evening. To be fair.
Hmm.
Oh well.
No issue. Shall we go to the 2+ Supreme Leaders though? No, wait. No, yeah. Yeah, totally. I was gonna talk about 17 Weeks of Suffering, but they didn't get anything. 2+ Supreme Leaders, MNG on the Super Thrower. Wait, when did he get movement? Maybe I just have Alzheimer's. The Dodge Catcher gets block though, so that's Blodge now. Very
Ooh.
nice.
Hey.
It is a good looking high elf team, I'd say that.
I mean, this is a definite keeper. He's got a strength 4 leaping catcher.
Yeah, it's a
Jeez.
thing. He has 2 strength 4 actually.
What? Oh my god, he does. It's
Yeah.
thrower.
That's
I
that's
noticed
balls
that.
recovered all the time, isn't it? Pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know what I actually think about the thrower because he doesn't have accurate or strong arm, so
I think he's. I just like him. He holds the ball.
yeah, but the
Um,
problem is with him, you're stuck playing a high elf running game, which is less than ideal.
Oh shit! They don't
Yeah,
have shotguns, do they?
I feel like he's bloat with the movement.
Yeah,
with
the
the
movement
plus
kind of
strength,
saves it.
yeah,
The movement is
the
better
plus
than the
strength
strength.
is just bloat. I would have
Like
probably
I think you don't
taken
take
a
strength.
double.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
you
would
take
have taken
strong
the
arm.
strong arm. Yeah.
Maybe he gets another thrower.
Do not.
Fuck off.
Classic
No.
Then it's a lot of money.
Do not. God.
Throwers are expensive already, you know.
Yeah, I did actually. I don't know, Gunnar. I think it's quite big because he likes to pass. There was a debate. I can't remember what channel it was in, but I think it was like Jimmy Fantastic and Wolfbuck going on about how even like there's no point in ever having a passing piece because you
Yeah,
might as well just have
they're
another lineman
morons.
who blocks. They're
They are.
morons.
They
Nice.
are. No, here's the thing though. Passing is actually insane if you think about it, but Bash coaches don't think about it because they don't have a brain. So passing is actually insane if you actually build a passing piece. Like, I have played Hiles for like 3 seasons, right? I have had a blodge, strong arm, accurate kickoff return thrower for most of that. Like, I can basically teleport the ball across the entire pitch on a 2+2+. And let me tell you, like, the thing is that people go and see, 2+2+ to score means it's, a decently high chance to, like, not score. But then you realize that a bash team has to spend, like, 7 to 8 turns, like, throwing blocks and hoping they don't get removed. And that's a lot less likely than just throwing a 2+2+. Right?
Yeah, I thought it was very. I don't know.
Like,
When I read it, I was just like, what are people thinking? Like, just spreads the pitch stuff. I just thought it was interesting. I was waiting to, so I was scrolling through. I was waiting to see you come in and just like throw hands against like the #1 coach in GMAN Div 1. I was ready for it to happen.
It's all about maintenance as well. Like, can you maintain a good bashing strategy with 4 people? Versus, can you maintain a passing strategy with your thrower and maybe even just one catcher? You can.
Yeah.
Like the passing game could be maintained at
Yeah.
the lower player count that elves are gonna suffer with.
Yeah, like, you can win
Yeah.
games so easily even though you have like half a team, because you only need 2 players technically, whilst the bash team is gonna struggle real bad.
Yeah, I thought it was just an interesting thing to read and think. Oh, I've got I co-cast with a high elf coach who made playoffs with high elves. I wonder what they think about it. So they were just like, oh, just get a lineman and get him block, and then he's better for 7 of the 8 turns or whatever. Some logic.
Like, a lot of
Anyway.
people think like that, and I don't fault them for it, because it's sort of like natural-ish to think that, because how many passing teams are there? There's like 2, maybe 3, right? So you don't look as passing as more than a gimmick, which is, I mean, sort of understandable if you like play Chaos or whatever, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Rant over. That was the 2+ Supreme Leaders. The 17 Weeks of Suffering we skipped because we didn't have anything. The Orcs on Tour got a level on Jerry. Is that how you
Yes,
pronounce
that's
that?
right.
Jerry?
Yeah, they're still pending. It's not been taken.
Right.
Shame.
Shame on you, Rasta. Shame on you.
Wait, did he not confirm his match?
He confirmed his match,
He
but...
confirmed it, but didn't take the level.
Right.
Oh,
Still pending. And no developments on the port squad, so I think it's that.
Well, he got a niggle on his Blodge Blitzer.
Oh god, yeah, that's not the wrong time to get a niggle on a positional before playoffs. No.
If it's gonna be on anyone though, it might as well be on the Blodge one.
Yeah, it's true.
Blodge AV9. Alright, so that was last week's development. This is where we usually take a look at next week's game, but there is no next week. Wraithguard won his Challengers Cup game against some evil chores. That was very
evil.
well done. How about everyone else though? We have Steve up against, who was it? Oh god, I have to find the One True
He's
Path,
up-
wasn't it?
One true path, Big O Div 1 position 3, coached by James Typhoon, with a 7-3-3 record on the season. 3 Claw Mighty Blow, which
one of which is
is
on
a
his
bit
rank
scary.
5.
and you've also got sacking Beastman, who's Agi 4 and 2 heads. He doesn't have dodge yet, but when he gets legend, actually you need a double for dodge, don't you? It's not
You do.
too super scary, but
I don't
He
think
will be
Steve is gonna
outguarded.
manage that, I'll be completely honest.
I really want to watch
So-
that game.
so it's 1900 TV chaos. How much TV does Steve have?
Like
1650,
1650, wasn't it? Something like that?
So yeah, it's about 300, 200k to work with. Yeah, I feel like three Claw Mighty Blow might be a bit too much to work with. I work against Steven. But yeah, I just with the strength 5 warrior makes the difference for me. Just like they're just orcs with claw.
Oh,
Essentially, this chaos team now, so
trying
it's
to
gonna struggle.
figure out when they're playing.
That's what I'm looking for.
I don't think
Might not
they've
have scheduled yet.
I mean,
think it is.
surely they've scheduled, but they might have forgotten to tell people. I'll just send them a message. Steve.
I doubt they're on. Right?
Yeah, they're not on the calendar.
Alright, so I found the Steve on Discord, but this might not be the right Steve. And I'm not gonna
I
send some
think I've
random A
missed-
message. Steve.
He's got penguins on his profile picture.
Oh, alright, well then that was the right guy. Steve.
Yeah, I can't really see Steve. I just checked back on his team and it's just like the chaos will outstrength him and outguard him. The one advantage is armor 9, the armor 9 all the way through, including the bench. So he might be able to keep up a little bit on the removals.
Honestly, I don't know what to say,
Potentially.
but as soon as he gets removed a little, I'd even be tempted if I was Steve just to concede it. There's so much claw. He's in like real trouble with getting his team just completely done with, and having to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they approach the game.
Because I can
think
see
he'll be. I think if he has to defend first, it could get really brutal.
he has to
Yep.
play safe.
So
Play
it'll, be on,
safe.
it'll depend on the coin toss. If Steve wins the toss and attacks and gets something going, because if you attack first, you can sort of get your positioning going early.
I mean,
Just make it hard. But
I think
even
yeah, I think the only way he really wins this is if he like manages to stop, well, maybe not stop the Beastman score, the Chaos score, because that's probably not gonna happen, but maybe use the Wizard to either steal or to stop it. Yeah, I think that was a correct sentence. And then he
Yeah.
manages to score on his own drive. Right.
I just might get. I might have gone for. There's an argument for bribe and 2 babes. Maybe. I don't know. Is he gonna like? He doesn't have any. I'm just looking at the chaos team. There's like they've got actually 4. They've got a big bench. I don't know how good a wizard will be unless they go for like the 5-man attrition fireball.
There's a case to be made for just going for 2 apples.
Yeah, and
That
I never like wizard against high armor teams. It's just
Well, why not?
well, you have to think there's
It
no dodge on this team. Like they're so easy to get. It's so easy to get the ball if they get to the ball.
yeah, but
So it's not like
fireball's only really good if you can compile that on top of other
Yeah, but
removals.
fireballs are garbage no matter what.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, fireballs are garbage.
maybe for a pocket lightning bolt.
They are.
But
What? It worked very well last game, I'll have you know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be completely honest, you got real lucky with that fireball right there.
Yes. Went very well.
Okay, so fireballs can do work in very select cases, but they're almost always inferior to bolts, in my honest opinion.
no, I think the math backs that as well.
I'd take bribes and just go foul heavy. Anything touches the floor, foul it off the pitch.
I mean, if you want to,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to get someone down on the ground first if you want to foul, right?
Yeah, but if you attack first, then I think you can find that opportunity. I think if he has to defend first, I don't think he's getting many players down, no matter what he brings to the table against this like out strength, out guarded. But if
There's
he can
always-
win the toss, like it might be a.
If he
There's
wins
always-
the
Might be able to
toss,
get
then
some
who does he get down? The 30-player goat?
He can play. No, he'll play it down a corner. I mean, what do you think the defense is? I don't think they can set up to
Rule of
deny
5.
like, at least a 2 dice hit on something on
Yeah.
the blitz, and then you can follow up. I
Well,
don't know.
if he wins it, he plays against a pretty mean Skaven team.
Oh, great.
It's got an Agi 5 leaping, sure hands gutter runner and
It
a
just gets better.
agility 4 blitzer.
Oh, that's kind of bloat though. The Agile
Yeah,
blitz
God,
is
Agi for
probably a good
blitzers.
thing. What's the name of the team?
It's called Dreams of Golden Streams.
I've heard of
Alright.
those.
Okay.
Isn't that Big O as well? Or Rel?
I think it might be real.
Yeah, it's Rel.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's Superfed's team, that.
Ooh,
Oh.
Superfed TV.
Is he a good player?
He is. Well, actually,
I think he's one of those. He likes to think he's pretty good. I don't know. I don't know how good he actually is.
I know
but
he's on the podcast a lot.
There's a podcast.
he is on the podcast
Yeah,
a lot.
you didn't know there's a Rebel podcast?
No. I did not.
Ping you.
I've got it. Rebel Alliance.
Rebel Alliance.
Episode 87. Special guest Hologram. Huh.
Superfed Seal Clubbing TV, taking Fresh Skaven into Division 5E and coming out with a 10-1-2 record. Plus 20 touchdown differential.
Yeah, I think he might be decent.
Yeah, I think he might be decent, but I don't know what kind of quality of coaches he was going up against at the
Yeah,
same
it is
time.
Rel after all.
It is Rel. It is Div 5E of Rel.
Hmm.
Oh, I saw in the Mighty's chat, everyone called him out for just like something about how they set up to Div 5s, and everyone called him out saying you basically put yourself in Div 5E so you could see. If you notice this division, there's 18 teams in it. So 4 teams have dropped out of this league. There's 3 admin teams.
Oh my god.
So like,
Jesus.
it's basically he was playing COL with Skaven. That's what I would say. Nah, he's actually good. I think it's going to be a struggle for Steve to win either of those games, let alone both of them. But hopefully he gets out of it with a team.
I want Steve to beat up this Skaven team. That'd be fun. If he
Yeah, I
gets
mean it's
through.
quite a.
What, do Skaven coaches hate each other? Because like in the High Elf Discord, we're basically like one big family.
No, my Skaven team got destroyed, so why can't everybody else's Skaven teams get completely thrashed?
Yeah, we've got to we're in keeping with the fluff, you know. Rats don't get along.
No, they don't live very long.
Now, to be fair, if he does get through to play Super Fair, it's a rat team with like a 1-man bench, and it's about the same TV. He's got like one good.
I think that's
He's
winnable
got
for
one
Steve.
good ball carrier and like one good sack. It's not impossible.
It
It's
just
good
takes a
enough.
good round of blocks to thin them out enough, wouldn't it? Like with just one bench.
He doesn't even
Yeah.
have one bench. He's got no bench because one of his players is missing next game.
We're assuming they'll come back. Yeah. Oh wait, no, he's already played his first round game, has he? Yeah.
Yes, no bench. Yeah, that's
No bench.
been
No
rough.
bench.
Couple
Only
of
50k
injuries.
TV.
Go on, Steve. You can win your current game versus Horrid Chaos.
Yeah, and then he might open up
Likely,
a
but-
seam through the playoffs. First season Orc team. That's not something you see very often going far, but might happen. Cool.
Yeah. Who else ended up in the playoffs or challengers? No one, is it? Because
No one.
it's
It's the
five.
five.
No
it's the
one.
front
Right.
two.
Yeah, there's only one.
One of each.
And then
I think everyone else will just re-roll or slot into Division 4 somewhere next season and carry on the grind.
well, what's the chances of a Challenger Cup player being placed in Div 3?
Pretty high.
Fairly high.
Oh,
Fairly high.
Why did I accept my ticket?
It depends. It's sort of, I can't remember because they do it off of the basis of your league position and how many games you play in what competition. I can't remember the exact weighting, but if you get like I came first in Div 5, I went out in the first round of playoffs and I still got to Div 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So maybe you get Div 4, but you might get. But Gerber also did the same thing. He went challenges. I think he maybe won one game. We might have gone out straight away, and he ended up in the same division as me. So yeah, I'd say the chances are pretty high that you end up in Div
Right,
3.
okay.
Yeah, like
Next
last season I was in GMAN Div 4D. I got knocked out in the first round of playoffs. I went to Div 2A.
Ooh.
So,
Have you
Everyone
been
re-rolls
doing-
all the time.
Think-
Need to
Yeah.
build slots.
So I'm not sure I'm allowed to reroll, but those Bretonians, I feel good. I can't.
okay, sure. Well, I wish you luck if you do decide to reroll to that.
Ugh.
mess of a team, which is sort of fun in some ways, but at the same time, like, oh god, the screeching.
If you can make double throw of that Elder Skaven work, I'm sure you and Bretonians are going to do just fine.
Probably.
That's
probably.
I'm just going to put it out there.
I mean,
Yeah,
Brett's won GMAN Div 2A.
they did. Wow.
that's true. Yeah, the Burt Space Bounty
Oh, I
Hunters.
gotta see this. I'm not sure.
Also, they won 3A. Octo Chicken with his like 2.5 season team going to the ham. Went 8-4-1 in a 3A. So
No, he gave his blitzer leader. Interesting.
Yeah, I think that's pretty common.
that is
Oh, he's-
literally.
oh,
I
he's-
think I think that's the exact second level
Yeah.
on
Okay, yeah, he's gone for a full blitzer start. There's two kind of different ways of building Bretonian teams. You either get like the lead, you either get like the leader on a blitzer, or you go for 3 rerolls straight away and drop 2 blockers.
I mean, the
Oh,
team's
I
like
can't-
4 seasons old.
Is it? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
it won't matter anymore.
anyway.
Either who, we've gotten extremely off topic, which is fine actually, as it's the last recap. But unless someone else has anything to add,
I mean, not on this subject, or
any,
I mean,
Yeah,
my
anything
game.
in general.
sure.
So we got Challengers Cup, and then one with a team death. A lot, hopefully rerolling. Next game is going to be up against either Kemri or a high elf team. Although the high elf team is not in good shape, so I'm going to guess I'm going to be going up against Kemri, which is going to be awful. It's a nasty Kemri team. They're called Block You Like a Hurricane.
They did pretty
what it's
good, I think.
They haven't gone through yet, but I have a funny feeling they're going to go through. Such a solid team.
Alright, well, we'll be keeping close attention. Maybe I'll cast your next game. Who knows, right?
Oh, yep.
I do enjoy casting these games. Anything else before we wrap up?
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
No, all good here.
Can I?
Nobody dropped, so that was good.
Huge.
You know, nobody dropped out. Everyone played all their games, which is nice to see. I don't know. So congrats to everyone for making it through. Especially shouts out to Bungie Man, who played Undead and went 2-2-8 and just had a horrible season.
You say horrible,
still
but
stuck with it. I'd say it's pretty horrible.
also it wasn't. Oh yeah, he's undead, not right. I thought it was halflings.
No, so yeah. Apart from that,
Yeah.
can't think of anything else.
Nope. Well, that is this season done with. It has been interesting at the very least.
That's one way of putting it.
And I
Good
think
division.
I think that's us. Thank you very much for watching the last of our recap. Perhaps I'll recap some of you next season and the seasons after that. But that's all for me. See ya.